let's talk about some verbiage here. There's a big word up there. It says coordinate. If you are a co-captain, how many captains are there? Two. Okay? So by saying it's a coordinate, ordinate kind of means a point value. How many points are there? Two. So on a coordinate plane, we have two axes. Okay? The x-axis and the y-axis. Wyatt, would you grab that door, please, and close it? That would be great. So as we're looking at the coordinate plane, many of you have talked about this before. It is just two number lines that intersect at right angles. Okay? Very quickly. When you are doing letters, and I make a letter like that, what letter is it?
Y.
It's a Y. So, easy way to remember, the Y is the long one. And the one that goes across it is the X. So together you got the Y-axis and the X-axis. So it shouldn't be too hard to remember. The Y is the vertical and the X is the horizontal. So, moving down, more terms. The origin. Okay, it's where they cross. It's that point 0, 0. It's the starting point of every single graph. Quadrants. Have you guys learned quadrants before? They go in what shape? A C. Take that coordinate plane at the bottom and draw a big light C through the whole thing. Where you started your C was quadrant 1. So here's my big C. That's quadrant 1. We always write our quadrants with Roman numerals. Not sure why. I don't know. Makes it more legendary. Going across, that's quadrant 2. Going down, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So we'll counterclockwise when we're writing the letter C. So if you do it correctly, you'll get a C. So that's our quadrants. An ordered pair. The fact that the first word is ordered means there is a specific order you go in. The fact that it's a pair means there's two. So tell me about this ordered pair. What's first? X. That's alphabetical. Okay? X is first. It's alphabetical. That's how you remember. All right? Each of those ordered pair portions is called a coordinate. That's why they have the two parts there. And now these might be some new words. They typically are for most people. All right. Who's my English people in here? Or pretty good at English? Allison? Yep. Say that. If you will. Give it a shot.
Abscissa.
Close. It ends in issa. What are these things called? Your what? Abs. So this is your abscissa. Abscissa. Okay? So like it's out of muscle math, you know? Those are your abscissa. And the abscissa is the x coordinate. The other one is easy to remember. It's the y. So that's the ordinate. So we have the abscissa and the ordinate. So if I say, what's the abscissa? You tell me what the x value is. If I say, what's the ordinate? You tell me the y value. All right? Tyler, when's your birthday? January what? January 25th. All right, we're going to go with the point 1, 2 for January and the 20 part because I don't have a graph that's 25 wide or 25 high. This says the x value is at 1, the y value is 2. So we're going to go to the right 1 and up 2. And that's the point TJ. All right, Ethan, what's your birthday? April 13th. So we're going to go with 4, 3. And let's make one of them negative. That means I go over 4 to the right. That's the x. That's the first value. And then I go down 3. And there's the point E for Ethan. So as we're graphing a point, the x value, the first number is right or left. The second value is the y value, that's up or down. They have to be in order. X always comes first, y always comes second. Make sense? Which of those ideas was new? Which of them are review? Let's deal with what's the new things. What's new, Sarah?
Basically the whole thing.
Has anyone done quadrants before? The 4 quadrants? All right. What about the drawing of C? Is that familiar? All right. What about abscissa and ordinate? Are those new words? Okay. So remember, how do you spell abscissa? It starts with what? Your abs. And then C-I-S-S-A. Okay? Abscissa. Kind of a weird word. Flip it over. Okay, we're going to do 2 things on this back page. We're going to try to graph the points, and we're going to try to put what coordinate quadrant they fall in. So, we're going to start Wyatt, Emily, Ethan, and Jade. I want you each to try to pick one point, any one point you want, and try to tell me where you think it falls. So Wyatt, pick a point, 1 through 7. Any one of them is fine. What's that?
Number 1 is quadrant 4.
Okay, so how do I take the point 3, 4 and graph that? Where do I go?
You go 3 over to the right.
So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot there, and let's put a number 1 right next to it, because that's point number 1. And what quadrant am I in?
4.
I'm in the 4th quadrant, okay? Emily, Ethan, Jay, you want to do another one? Number 7, we say is in quadrant 3. Why is that in quadrant 3? -2, -1. Okay. So that's point number 7. Quadrant. And you said quadrant 3?
Yes.
Okay. Jade, take one.
Okay, I'll do number 6.
Number 6?
Okay, so x is 4, so you go over to 4 in the first quadrant to the right, and then you go up 6.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
That is in the first quadrant.
Okay, so that's in the 1st quadrant. Make sure when you're writing your Roman numerals, use nice that Roman numeral notation. All right, Emily, you're next. Or are you already doing? Who hasn't done one? Ethan.
I'll do number 3.
Okay.
It's in the 2nd quadrant.
So talk me through it.
You go 3 to the left, and 7 up.
3 to the left and 7 up, and that was number 3. All right. I got a couple more to do, and that was the 2nd quadrant. Who can do another one for me? Talk to me here. Jump in. Andrew, go ahead. Number 4. -5, comma 4.
You go 5 left, 4 up.
What quadrant? Okay, so that's the 2nd as well. All right, couple left. I got number 5 and number 2. People are avoiding these. Ty.
It's like 5.
Okay.
Go left 3.
Left 3.
And up 0. So right.
And up 0. So, little reminder, this is what axis, the horizontal one?
X.
The x-axis. Okay, so this is not a quadrant. All right, this point, and that's point number 5, is not on a quadrant. So don't ever be tricked on a quiz or an assessment like that, and I say, what quadrant is this in? It's not on a quadrant. What are you going to answer? It's on the x-axis. All right? So we should put x-axis in that space up there. All right, last but not least, number 2. Go ahead, Rachel. You say it's on the y-axis, so where do I go from the origin? So 0 to the sides, and then where? Up 2. All right, so put number 2 next to that one, and that is on the y-axis. Very good. All right, now put your pen on number 1. This is a race. As fast as you can, connect the dots. 1, 2, 3, go.
Done.
Smoke fast. All right? You're faster than I was. I didn't even start. Coordinates. What's the x? What's the fancy word for x? Again, everybody. Say it. Abscissa. Fancy word for the y. Ordinate. 2 of them together are called coordinates or coordinates. The whole thing is called the coordinate plane. Upper left, what quadrant? Lower right, what quadrant? Lower right. 4. Sorry. My left, your right. So, okay. As fast as Tyler or Ty just did that, connect the dots, you will probably go that fast for this right here. Okay? Now, we're going to pause for a second.